guys, gals, friends, and pals. This is Paul, EastXTwitch, and welcome to another episode of Saturday Game School, where we learn about a different game every Saturday of the year. Tonight, I'm joined on mic by Tyler.
Hey, guys.
And we should have MattWrestling joining us on mic later, probably, perhaps. And we have Brandykatz off to the side.
Hi.
Yes. Tonight we are playing Demolish Build from Ultimate Games. This is available on Xbox, Switch, and Steam. Sorry, PlayStation owners.
We'll survive, I guess.
Somehow. So we can pick from a few different custom characters.
Oh, when you said demolition or build, I thought you were going to be like some game dude. You're actually a construction worker.
Yeah.
Alright then.
I know, poor PlayStation users. Yeah, and by the way, this had no loading screen. You know how games are supposed to have an image of their key art for a loading screen, or their title at least? It had no loading screen. It was just black. That's an odd choice from the developers.
Yeah.
That extra image file would have been just too much.
This comes from a Polish game publisher, Tyler. Last week we thought we were playing a Polish game, but it was actually Finnish, right?
That's right. So this week I can make all the Polish jokes.
No, we definitely don't do that. By the way, we're trying to get codes from another game for them. It's like Bad Dream Coma or something that's about to come out. You're there yet? Took you long enough. Keeping our client waiting is bad for business. You better start working on... Uh-oh. Pushing A doesn't, fill out the text. It just skips it. You don't know how to accept the contract. Just interact with the demolition sign next to you. I don't know why I'm still paying you. Get to work.
All
Man,
right.
This Ivan Get-to-Work-Off is not a very nice guy.
Get to work off.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes, Icky, this is that type of game, but with demolition. Okay, there's a sign. Do I just hit it with my hammer? Let's break the sign.
It says new tutorials.
Oh, do I need to read that? Contracts are a good source of cash. In the jobs menu, you can check available contracts, accept a job, interact with the sign or client. Okay. Oh, you push A on it, even though there's no A prompt, but we're changing this old casino into a restaurant. Before we can start redecorating, we have to have some walls removed. Make sure you also take out those slot machines. Tyler, did you like construction vehicles and stuff when you were little?
Yeah, I played with them and stuff, like Tonka toys or whatever.
Nice. I believe I did too when I was maybe up until I was 5 or so, and then I got into more sophisticated toys. Lawnmower Pro. That sounds interesting, Platinum. Use worker senses by Y button, they're missing a verb there, to highlight task objects. Can also show which part of a building is most vulnerable. So they're like spider senses, Tyler.
Nice.
But they're called worker senses.
I like
Worker sense.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a farming simulator game.
You said it's like a farming simulator?
It reminds me of the farming simulator game a little bit, the looks of it.
Yeah. It's that kind of, affordable PC game, and then they bring it to console eventually, and it has a chance of selling because there aren't any big budget games that do what it does. Same with Farming Simulator. No time for games. We're glad you made it, dude.
Congratulations on the win last week.
Well, yeah. Oh, I was hitting the wrong thing.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Yeah, it wasn't breaking. But here we've got some slot machines. Can I hit them?
He said to get rid of them. So wait, do it faster. What's that thing? That says that's vulnerable.
I don't know what's happening. Remove the electric wires. Oh, I have to push A on them, and that removes them. I was just hitting them with a hammer. I mean, isn't that a good way to remove things in general, Tyler? Like teeth and
I would think so.
unwanted
We gotta
people.
remove the slot machines too, it said.
I don't want to.
This isn't a very big casino. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Well, maybe that's why they're getting rid of it.
True.
No, pushing A on it doesn't. You should be able to pull the crank and make the slot machine spin. Just...
It does look a little bit like Dead Rising.
Hey, Spazpool. We were just talking about you earlier, Spaz.
Brian,
out
I
the
do agree
chairs.
with you. This is why we call somebody in.
Is this a chair? That's a stool. But we'll take it. Take it out to the container. All right, where's the container?
Does it say that?
It says take out the chairs.
Oh,
So maybe
there's a
I'm taking the
container.
wrong thing out, but yeah, here's a container. Uh-oh.
You didn't stick it in the container. There you go.
Okay, yeah. You know, I actually have a nice collection of stools here at home. Brandy and I do.
Mm-hmm.
Sometime I'm going to post about them on Twitter, mainly. Maybe Facebook, too. Then we'll share it with you guys in the newsletter.
How Paul's stool.
What? A Paul stool? There's no
Paul's stool.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't take no.
Yeah, Tyler's been requesting a stool sample.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. No, my
That'll
daughter
get-
has the most
That'll
fun
get
with them.
readership up in the newsletter.
Definitely. All right, we've deposited another. There's another one in there, so let's go get it. So far, so good on this. The Steam reviews are actually mostly positive, and they say that it's just a nice, relaxing game. And this, so far, is pretty relaxing, Tyler. Quiet environment, just mess around with
Yeah, just kind of a
stuff.
sandbox type of thing.
Yeah. There's different ways to earn money. You're trying to help the business. We'll see if any of that comes into play. I know there's 4 distinct environments. Task done. Contract demolition. I don't feel like we demolished it. I feel like we barely did much of anything.
I kind of agree with that.
What happens when I click on it? We're changing this. Yeah, I already did that. Reward. Okay. So, how do I get my reward?
All about the rewards with you.
Yep, I don't do anything for free. Oops. Well, I found a map screen. But how do you turn stuff in, Tyler? Maybe this question mark? Parkings. Use parking signs to transport vehicles to your current location. You can also use them when vehicles get stuck. How nice. Contracts and worker sense.
So I guess if that's neat, you need like
Pickup truck.
Okay.
Deliver it. Look at that. It just appeared right there.
That was the fastest delivery service ever.
Yeah, I mean, that was genuinely quick. It looks like you have different radio stations, too. I don't know how to
This is
change
contract
it.
demolition.
like
Does it
Grand
say it's
Theft Auto.
done?
I guess so.
But look.
Oh, we can't drive through a
It says
fence.
demolish.
Yeah.
Stuff in there.
Oh, demolish inside the walls. That's my next.
Look at that
So-
fence with stand a truck driving through it.
I know, it's not a very good truck, is it?
It's a really good fence, maybe.
Perhaps so. There you go, Spaz Pole. That's right. Okay,
See?
I think I can actually break things now. Let's go try it.
On the other side.
Nope,
Oh
nope.
no.
Yeah, we're breaking a wall.
Nice.
Down with
Breaking a wall. Breaking a wall.
down with capitalism. Yeah. Can we break this part too? Yeah.
Just another
Soviet
breaking
truck.
of
You're
the
probably
wall.
right,
Good night.
Brian.
We don't need no. Okay,
Seems to
but
be in VR. Hey, Royal Bob, we're glad to see you. Royal Bob doesn't tune in for the hot games. He only tunes in for like the cheap sandbox type games.
oh,
can you
let's
blame
do
him?
all of it.
Yeah, why not?
Nice.
It could work in VR. No, I
Yeah,
already
we'll
know
be
why.
fine.
Only if it gives you the arm soreness of a sledgehammer being,
Well,
you know, continually used for 3 hours.
VR games with motion controls will give you arm soreness. So there you go.
Let
why
me go
nobody
back
wants to
to
play
the,
the Wii.
you know, using a sledgehammer.
All right.
I know this pain, actually.
Dang. Really? I've never used a sledgehammer for anything.
Yes.
What am I stuck on?
I had to break up 50-year-old tile in
Dang.
my entire house.
Oh, yeah, after it got damaged by the flood.
Yep, after Harvey.
That doesn't sound like fun.
For 3 days.
Smart move, Royal Bob. Very smart move. You should get on mic with us sometime, Royal Bob. That'd be nice. No, the task isn't done. I've still got part of a wall here. So, Tyler, what have you been up to all day?
Got some stuff done. I sold a few things on eBay, so I had to get them packed up. And then I went and ate lunch, and then I watched some Avatar and some Big Mouth, and then I shaved my head.
Why'd you shave your head?
Buzzed my head, because my hair was long and I wanted it short.
You do it yourself?
Well, I do now that, like, it's COVID and stuff.
Oh, I see. Just for safety. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah. Yeah, and because like I work from home, so like having my hair in a nicely cut or a nice style is not typically as important as it was to me working in an office and stuff.
Couldn't you ask your sort of girlfriend to do it?
I could.
I bet that would end up with slightly better results.
No way, it looks good.
I trust you. Well, you should share a picture in Discord.
Okay.
Yay!
Just fuzzy and half an inch everywhere.
That's what she said.
Oh.
Oh. Royal Bob works from home, but he's in front of a class. He adjusts the lighting when he has a bad hair day. Interesting.
I wear beanies sometimes on meetings, Zoom meetings and stuff.
You guys know I like to wear hats.
I never wear a hat.
Oh. Yeah, and reminder, I do have hair. I just don't like how it looks with the headset on it, so that's why I wear hats. But also, It's fun to collect hats and match them and whatnot. So it looks like we've done all the tasks. Now I have 222 bonus, but I don't have any actual money on me. I don't know what's going on.
And it's fun to make fun of the, redneck hat.
Finalize. I can finalize the job. Yeah, give it to me.
You did it.
Look at that. I floated up in the air and I got 227 bucks. So why do I get so much bonus and so little actual reward? I wonder how that works.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah. Yeah, Royal Bob hats doesn't have anything to do with baldness. It's entirely the genetics of your mother's dad.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you should look at. But again, it would have nothing to do with hats. Also, if you're going bald and it doesn't look good on you, then you should wear hats. Just people in general. That's my advice to you. Like, why walk around with, like, goofy hair when you could instead look good by wearing a cool hat?
You broke the priceless lion statues.
I was supposed to. It said to. That was part of the contract, buddy. Oh, he's trying to rip me off.
Mm-hmm.
He's firing me.
What?
Man, I'm going to go file for unemployment now. Is this an unemployment simulator too? Achievement, yeah! 15 gamer score.
Oh, you're probably
Tyler,
supposed
you
to
missed
get
it
fired.
earlier. We played through an entire Ratalaika game and got all the achievements.
See, I think
Joey
you're...
Smith.
Right.
Yeah, it was great. Like, you can just... It's a visual novel and you could skip through the whole game. It was delightful. You just push right trigger to get the text going, and then the achievements start flowing in.
But they finished the game before the achievements.
Yeah, the credits rolled before.
Yep. That's the quality of indie game we get nowadays.
Well, from Ratalaika? Because remember, yeah, we're talking about that, not this one.
He smells like...
No, I know, but like that game.
Okay, Joey,
That game gets
how
the
do
same
you
amount
know
of
what a
space on
homeless
the
ape smells
store
like?
as Ori and Will of the Wisps.
You're right, dang it. But people are only going to buy this kind of game when it's on sale. It smells like a homeless ape.
I mean, it's uninformed people, the masses who are just browsing.
Yeah, you're right, that could happen.
There's no real good way to identify when an indie game is good or achievement or trophy trash fodder.
Yeah, and I think Xbox has even disabled user reviews, I believe. There were user reviews, and I don't think they're around anymore, which is not customer friendly.
Yeah.
Transfer some cash to your account. I marked a nice property for sale on your map. Go there and buy the office. It should be perfect for a new company. So far, I'm liking this pretty well. It's got all the rough edges you would expect from this style of game, but it's still kind of pleasant.
Good.
You can deliver a
still
pickup
want
truck
to-
there.
I still want to know why he knows what a homeless ape smells like.
Yeah, and was he being racist? You can invest cash to buy
I don't think so.
No. But we went to a Transformers convention one time, Tyler, and we brought my cousin Andrew. And hey, look, my truck disappeared. Isn't that weird? Anyway, there's, they have these panels where the voice actors talk and put on a good show for you, etc., right? And anyway, Andrew wrote down a question that he wanted me to ask. The question was, is Megatron a racist? It would have been so fun to ask. Wasn't quite bold enough. Alright, now it's marked on the map, supposedly. Should I stop and check the map? No, there's a flag over there. I can just follow it. Okay. Now we're driving our ugly blue pickup truck. The grass all clipped through it.
Discovered the garage.
That's why I can't knock down a fence, because it's not a very solid truck. Grass just goes right through it. In other words, it's full of holes.
Yeah, well, if I knew what you're million.
Just like a conspiracy theorist's argument about anything. Okay, here we go. Full of holes. Not that. Alright.
Sorry.
Let's say push A to show hint. Land properties. You can invest cash to buy land properties. You need to finish a series of tasks to get profits from them. Okay.
That's
Are we
the
doing
place
this,
he wants you to
Tyler?
buy.
Are we gonna invest in this place?
That's what he wants you to do.
Alright, you need to set your office here to start working. It's $10,000. Thankfully I have 13,000 somehow. Yes. It's because the guy deposited my money, Joey Smith. Whomever. You're right, The Sea. By the way, hey, The Sea, how are you and Thyrenia and Wolfblade doing? Tell those guys I miss playing with them. They never ask us to play anymore. Assign worker or accept tasks. Remove the plank barricades. So I think you can automate things, but it probably costs money to do so, wouldn't you expect, Tyler?
I would think so. Because you have to pay for them.
Yes.
Hey, Sir Khalid.
What do you see? Oh, a sign worker, you mean?
Yeah.
Congrats, Sir Khalid.
Yeah.
Let's just accept. Alright, development. Remove the plank barricades from windows and door. Okay. Where are windows and door? And there's another parking sign. What can I summon? Still just a pickup truck? Yeah. Well, let's deliver it. I didn't like the old one.
It's probably the same one.
There's some planks. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Thyrenia. Then maybe you'll have time to play soon. You know, since we played Heroes of Hammerwatch, Thyrenia, Brandy and I have gotten orders of magnitude stronger. Like, I'd say like 50 times stronger. So we'd be able to help you and Wolfie a lot if we got to play together. Alright, so let's use our worker senses and find the rest of these things to interact with. That's one thing I like about Heroes of Hammerwatch, Tyler, is when you get powerful, then you can help other people out, and it really makes you feel powerful. You know, it's a cool feeling.
Very good community, too.
Yeah. Okay. Gotta remove those planks. Tyler, you're muted.
Oh.
I had a feeling.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
You sound like a girl.
Okay. Hey.
You don't sound like a girl.
So what'd you sell on eBay, mister?
I sold, what did I sell? Funko Pop of Deadpool and a Funko Pop of Jimi Hendrix
Up there.
and
I don't know how you get up there.
Kid Robot, little Simpsons figure.
Interesting. So those Funko Pops, did you buy them to eventually trade or sell, or did you just decide you didn't want them? How'd that go?
These two both specifically were bought with the intention of reselling.
Ooh. Demolish Ruins. Can I just jump off the roof? Let's find out. Ah!
I actually bought some. There's a game. It's like a card game, and it says Wild, like Go Wild or something like that. And they include a Funko Pop with them.
Yeah, those are little cute things.
Yeah, I got them all.
And I've got those, the Batman and the Batman Beyond one from the Blu-ray sets.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we showed, you saw one of them on Show and Tell before.
Yeah, is it the shiny Batman Beyond one?
Is it? I don't know.
I think so.
Something wild.
I just leave
that's
them in the
what
box.
it's called. Mackenzie and I love playing it.
I think kids would love playing this game. Like, anybody who's interested in this subject, it does what it promises, you know?
It really does, see. She says it looks cathartic. Yes.
Yeah, you just smash things. And who doesn't want to smash things every now and then? Oops.
So now what are you supposed to do?
There. I was just looking for the rest of the ruins.
Mm.
I've been reading a comic book, guys. I mentioned this in the newsletter, called The Immortal Hulk. Have you ever heard of it, Tyler?
I've heard of the Hulk part.
Me too.
Well, The Immortal Hulk, and I've told this to my classes too, because I always tell them about what I'm reading on Mondays. That's a thing I started doing, because I figure you should have literary discussion, you know? But anyway, it's a horror-themed Hulk comic series, so it deals with kind of like how crappy it would be to never be able to die, because Bruce Banner, he gets killed sometimes in the daytime, but at nighttime he automatically turns into the Hulk and he automatically reassembles himself and comes back to life, and there's nothing that can be done to stop it. All tasks are done. Press A button to finalize. Okay, finalize. Boom. Let's see what happens.
I don't have to do physics until Monday, Icky. Shh.
But like, I mean, Hulk gets in these terrible, because it's a horror themed thing. Like, he'll get acid spit on him and his face melts off and stuff.
Ooh.
It's like, it's pretty horrific, but it's also not that disturbing because he's the Hulk and you know he's actually going to be fine eventually. Like, he'll reassemble himself. And he was all in parts. Like, they completely dissected his body one time, and his parts, and there's a bad guy there, his parts reassembled themselves around the guy and killed him. It was great, and it was all gooey and horrific, you know? It's a really, really good book. The art and the writing are phenomenal.
Physics are good when somebody else is teaching them.
Is that so?
Yes.
Now I marked Machine Shop on the map. Because this is Polish, you know, in many countries they don't use words like "the" like we do, and so they forget to put them in their English translation. You can either drive there, period. That's an incomplete sentence. You can either drive there or drive there. Or, if you prefer, just drive there. Alright.
Don't forget you can drive.
Oh look, there's a truck stopped at a light. And
Can you steal it?
look at the windows, they're completely black. That's some serious tint going on. Do you think they can even see out to drive?
I'm pretty sure that's
Nice.
illegal.
Nice truck.
That's
It's like one of those
goofy.
one-way mirrors.
I wonder how I changed the radio station. 'Cause it
So-
really... Oh, that's how, left bumper.
So you bought this place and you started to go somewhere else, and then there were cars on the road. There was no cars on the road the first time.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I hate not being able to drive through all the fences, because, you know, if I'm playing a GTA game or Forza or whatever, I want to be able to drive through the small
But
obstacles.
that's not that kind of game.
I don't care, you just should be able to because it's fun. That's a fact. There's a lot of question marks around. Discovered, wooden house.
And you're right, Darker Player, it would happen.
Let's hit the stop sign. Oh, came to a dead stop
and they'd
there.
be rude about it, too.
It is a stop sign.
I
I
guess
know,
you're
right, Bob?
Well, yeah, it is a
So
demolish game,
distracting.
so we should be able to demolish anything and
Just a little
everything.
bit more, yeah.
Discovered lumber depot.
Well, that's good, because you'll probably need some of that.
By the way, everybody, you know one of my favorite game series. I have 2 or 3. We've got Dragon Quest and Earth Defense Force. Those are the 2 main favorite game series, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
And there used to be Bomberman, but that series is not really actively developed anymore. But
Blah, blah, blah.
Bubble Bobble is a big favorite, but again, there aren't that many of them. But as far as active series go, there's Dragon Quest and EDF. Anyway, there is a new Earth Defense Force game coming out in just over a week called Earth Defense Force World Brothers. Have you heard of it, Tyler?
I have not.
Well, it is coming to PlayStation, Switch, and Steam. It's the first EDF to come out on Switch, which is nice. You know, because they've had EDF games on Vita and PSP in the past, but first one on the Switch.
Cool.
Yeah, and I think it looks really great, although Brandy's kind of being closed-minded about it for some reason. But it uses voxel graphics, so it looks different from your average EDF, which is more realistic, although not especially polished visually, right? But it's voxel graphics, so it looks a bit like Minecraft or something like that, where everything's made of blocks.
It looks like the Lego movie.
Yeah, that's the way to put it. And you can break parts of buildings and stuff. You know, because it's voxel, they take advantage of it as far as the environmental destruction goes. Buy Bulldozer in Machine Shop. Bulldozer, 2000. Oh, there's our call. So anyway, that comes out on April 26th, and we'll be getting it on Steam. If I can swing a Switch code for myself as well, then I will, but I'll definitely be getting it on Steam. So if anybody has a gaming PC and thinks they would like to play it, then make sure you pick up the Steam version. But if not Steam, then I'm saying Switch.
Bulldozer
Exam sign
exam.
near you. Interact with it, and you'll start the Bulldozer exam. And by the way, because it's a voxel game, I mean, one thing they've done with it compared to normal EDFs is there's a ton of different playable characters, more than just 4 or 5 like usual. Finish
Oh.
exam. Yeah, so like in the different levels, you can rescue somebody, and then they become a playable character. So I don't know how many characters there are, but there's a pretty good variety. Like one was a female samba dancer.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of a sense of humor to it too. And I guess they went with this for the first Switch game because Switch can handle running a voxel game easily compared to running a PS4, PS5 level game. Makes sense, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but trust me, it looks really cool, and we should definitely get a copy to stream. Ah, did you see that? Those trucks one of them just shifted all of a sudden out of nowhere. Why do you buy Toyota Honda when this is so cheap? I don't know.
You're supposed to start a bulldozer exam.
Yeah, do it. Oh, so I have to go to the one I actually bought. That's a bulldozer, right? I want to drive the backhoe, not the bulldozer. Anyway.
Too bad.
Too bad, yeah. Do we have any Transformers fans? Who can tell me what the Constructicon bulldozer is named?
It says you have to interact with something else. That board, maybe?
It's not the for sale signs.
No, there's a board behind it.
There is? Where?
Yeah, there. Right there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe that's it. Transformers, Constructicons. Come on, somebody let me know the name of the bulldozer.
License test.
You guys can do this. Time to check your bulldozer driving skills. Let's do it, Tyler.
Vehicle exam. No pressure. You've got a $2,000 bulldozer.
You know,
you pass the test?
That's true. Our beloved Tyler, our beloved co-host, he's not as crazy about the EDF series as me, but I'm very excited for any time a new one comes out, you know? It's always a chance for blissful cooperative multiplayer.
I'm not as crazy about the Lego.
Okay, what am I supposed to do now? Drive over the checkpoints. Where are these checkpoints? Oh,
right
over there.
It's time to earn some crazy money.
Hey!
Hey, Matt Young's here. Hey, Matt.
I'm the crazy taxi guy. I don't know who Matt Young is, but I heard the word crazy in that southern.
Fascinating. What is the crazy taxi guy's name? I don't know.
No idea.
Well, it was the guy who played Monk in Wings.
It's our surprise guest co-host. No, it's not Tony Shalhoub.
Tony Shalhoub, that's the one.
Yeah, it's definitely not him.
Awesome.
Yeah, Wings was a great sitcom.
Yes.
We watched a few episodes maybe 6 months or so ago after I read an article about the show. I was like, hey, I miss Wings. So we watched a few episodes, and they were still quite entertaining.
I used to watch that with my great grandma back in the day.
Aw. What'd you say, Tyler? Yeah, no time, thank you.
Too. It's not my favorite, but I like Frasier,
Oh, interesting.
which is similarly stupid sitcom comedy type thing.
Well, Wings had a cool... Did you know Wings is a spin-off of Cheers?
No.
Yeah, and in the first episode...
Why it reminded me of Frasier.
Interesting. Yeah, it could be. But in the very first episode, Norm and Cliff Clavin appeared in it.
Oh, okay. I think Frasier's in an episode of Wings, even now that I'm thinking about it, as
Probably.
Frasier.
Yeah, because they were in the same universe. So that's kind of neat, huh? That was very good of you, No Time. We appreciate it.
I think there was some sort of deal where all the sitcoms that were airing, was it NBC or whatever channel was on?
Yeah, they
were all in
had...
the same universe at the time. Like,
Yeah, they often had little crossovers, like once a season somebody would pop into something else, that kind of thing.
you know, usually minor characters, but it's sometimes
It's like the Chicago
This is
people
true.
nowadays.
And Tyler, speaking of Frasier, they are supposed... they're supposed to bring Frasier back. Did you know they're working on a new
I heard
version
about
of it?
a reboot possible. Kind of sucks without the dad.
Yeah, it is a shame about him.
there's always necromancy.
But you know, that's the same thing as the new Punky Brewster. The new Punky Brewster is missing her adopted father figure, who was also the guy who played Commandant Lesarge in Police Academy movies.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got Charlotte Flair guest starring, which automatically...
Wait, which one? Punky Brewster?
Yeah.
I didn't know
And
that.
Soleil
Which one
Moonfry.
Neat. Yeah, we need to watch it a little more. Why does it say run over in this just random little corner? There's nothing to run over
No,
there.
there's a checkpoint way over here you forgot.
Okay.
you
Yeah, maybe
missed.
that'll end it when I go over it.
Yeah, probably.
My
Is
bad.
the audio quality acceptable, Paul?
Yeah, you sound fine.
Okay,
It's hard to say that you sound like a girl, Matt, because your voice is just too low for that.
You say it a lot, but still.
It's a habit.
I just didn't know since I'm using earbuds that came with my phone, but it was easier than trying to remove my phone case and attach the dongle to the things yet.
I see. All right, we got a bulldozer license, guys. That's all we had to do. I can do that in real life. I should go out and get one.
It's interesting how it said you needed a license.
How you drive a bulldozer.
It's not?
Yeah. That's what
You
it
said it's interesting that we need a license?
No, it's interesting that when it first said you needed to earn a license, it spelled it with a C as the last consonant, like the British.
Oh.
And just now it showed license as we in the
Hey,
modern world spell.
your partner's
Little copy editing error. And Spazpol found out for us that the bulldozer Constructicon was named Bone Crusher, which is a perfect name. Why am I not working? Well, I provide you the cash. More of an
Paul's high school
investor.
nickname.
The cash? I will give you
No,
tips.
Bone Crusher.
Oh. That's wrong. Anyway.
I didn't mean anything. I honestly didn't mean anything untoward by that. I just figured it was funny for you to have a mean-sounding nickname when you're you.
Maybe so. No, my high school nickname was Bonesaw. Anyway.
Mine was Cat.
Bonesaw McGraw. Bonesaw McPaul.
Snap into a Slim Jim. Anyway. Let's see. Where are we going?
I thought my impression was bad.
Well, I wasn't trying at all that second time. Anyway, so what am I supposed to do now? Earn company rating D. I think it's time to go back to my company.
Mine was Cat.
So, Matt, Tyler told us what he's been up to. Was Cat?
That's my nickname.
They call it Cat? It's not very inspired. We can do better. In fact, we have done better.
I'm still Brandykatz.
Cats.
Yeah, but that's where it came from. Brandykatz.
Oh, I see.
Big cat.
I suppose there's nothing wrong with honoring your legacy. All right. I don't know how to get back to where I came from.
You went that way.
Should I get this question mark that's near me? I probably should. I guess you're supposed to drive around town and try to do things.
Yeah, you need a
I
customer.
always assumed it was a reference to your middle name.
It is,
Yeah.
Oh,
but
Oh,
it's also cash. It came from chemistry. You have anions and cations, and he was, and our teacher went on, is like, it's not anions and cations, and so everybody called me Cashin too.
It's totally onions.
So
How could you say it any other way
Cashin's
than
clay.
onions? There you go. The boxer.
so
Did you know the shortest poem ever was written by a boxer?
what?
Yeah, the shortest poem
Just a
ever.
single grunt.
No, first
be
of all,
awesome.
let's figure out who the boxer was. It was a guy from the 70s who was a big deal. Not Muhammad Ali. It's another one like that. Who did Muhammad Ali fight in the
Joe
Rumble in the
Lewis,
Jungle?
Sugar Ray Leonard.
God. In the Rumble in the Jungle? There was another one.
George Foreman.
Yeah, you're right. No, maybe it was Muhammad Ali. I forget.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Okay.
think, those are the only people I can think of that fought him. So,
No.
Lines of antiquity of microbes, also known as fleas, is
Okay.
a couplet
I hate that I can't
commonly
think of his name.
cited as the shortest poem ever written by Strickland Gillian in the early 20th century.
Okay, one word is not a poem.
no, that was George Foreman.
All right, well, yeah. But anyway, my source, I'm following a video here that I used in class. My source named this poem, it's 2 words, me, we. And,
Isn't that the name of a Nintendo game? Like legit?
Yeah, that's like the new Wii console, the new Nintendo console.
but it's the real words, me and we, not that style of spelling.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's like making some kind of point about the relationship of people, like we're all
It
in
was
it together. or
Muhammad
something.
Ali.
It was Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
All right, yay!
After giving
don't
a
know.
speech at Harvard. Yeah, okay, I just Googled
There you
it
go.
the same way
Yeah.
you probably did.
Yeah, it's quite a lovely thing. He made a speech and they liked it, and apparently they requested a poem, so he popped that one out.
Yeah, somebody
It says
shut it.
it says it was one. It says I've got one. Me. Just, I don't know. It doesn't say me we in the quote that I've got.
Yeah.
I'm liking this music now. I don't want to get out of my truck because it'll stop. That's
What
kind
is
of the bad thing. I don't know. It sounds like Tron music.
I can't hear it, so
Retrowave tunes, the C says. It's good, trust me. But anyway,
it's not Hailstorm.
it's cool that you have several. Exactly, so that makes it better. Oh, sorry. Anyway, collecting gold nuggets. You can obtain gold nuggets by breaking rocks with a heavy jackhammer. Robot jackhammer. I don't have a heavy jackhammer yet. Is this another Transformer thing? This game has a surprising number of Transformers references. No. Anyway, metal scrap market. You can obtain scraps from some old cars, trains, and boats. Check green circles on map to find them. Load scraps the on pickup, or dump truck, and sell them in the scrap yard. This game and its grammar. Yeah, it did sound like the Stranger Things song, didn't it, Icky? Good call.
You should just send the developers screenshots of all the typos and then put asterisks with the corrections like you do to everybody on Facebook and public groups.
Maybe I should.
Just give them a red pen.
I would love to work as a copy editor for indie games like this, and I would charge them a very reasonable amount, like $50 or $100, depending on the scale of it. But I just feel like they probably wouldn't even be that interested. I don't know.
Probably not. They don't seem to make. A lot of developers seem to make mistakes. Really simple spelling and grammar stuff.
Yeah. So it said I can find scrap, but I don't know where to get the scrap from.
It's that from cars.
So here's a broken car. Give me some scrap. Maybe I'm just not far enough in the game to actually do that yet.
It said look for green things.
Oh, it did?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Perhaps I need more tools or something. Anyway, I really don't know where I'm supposed to go yet. There's some red circles. Let's go to one of those then.
Parking, plural.
Parkings. Let's go to the parkings.
The Parkings would be a good name for a golf team that's mediocre.
That would be a good name. By the way, everybody, we had friends over last night. I forgot to include this in the newsletter. We had a couple of teacher friends over, and we watched a Weezer concert live online, one of those streaming concerts they do. And it was actually, it was broadcast live apparently. There's no audience, but they were playing at a place where there would be an audience, like at a big concert hall in California. And it would have been a really cool concert, except there were streaming problems the whole time. Like, it stuttered during every song multiple times, and it just really messed up the quality of the experience.
And it wasn't our internet, it was the actual site.
Yeah, it was the site, no cap shows. Maybe because Weezer is so big, that they couldn't handle the capacity or something. Well, I'm in some green circles. What do I do now? Can't drive through a trash can either.
That's when the person tells you if they want to go to Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, or KFC, and then you try to get in there as fast as possible. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to say I'd rather be playing Crazy Taxi instead, even if it's true, but that Crazy Taxi clone came out and people didn't seem that crazy about it.
There was a game called Crazy Taxi.
Before release, but
yeah, just a couple months ago it came out on all the platforms. I don't know if it came out on Switch, but yeah, we should look into that. I'm about to have to do another round of code requests for streams, so I should really try to get that one. I'm in a green circle. What do I do here?
Shit just said it's not as good.
Yeah, so that's a shame. Is it just not as good?
Because that game though.
Oh, right on. Is it because it doesn't have the Offspring and Bad Religion in it? Because even the XBLA and Steam versions don't either.
Well, the Steam version at least has mods.
Oh yeah, to add the music. And if you played it on the Xbox 360, you could use a custom soundtrack to approximate the experience. Hey, look, I did it. I broke it, and now there's a towing thing.
Mm-hmm. You don't have a towing.
Yeah, I don't think I can do that yet. Where'd my truck go? Oh no, is my truck gone?
Taxi
there it is.
Chaos
All right.
game.
Taxi Chaos?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people don't seem to like it very much. I wonder what they got wrong about it.
Yeah, it's not a
Congrats,
hard.
Fastball.
You wouldn't think, just make it like the old one.
We're gonna have a great big.
Oh yeah, way to go, Spazpole, get his vaccine. Tyler and Matt both have had their vaccines.
Yep.
I only got the first one.
Well, that's a start. You gotta wait.
Well,
I
I
got
got
one
it.
that,
I made the appointment the day it became available, and I just have to wait until 3 weeks have passed.
Right on.
I got the one that kills you.
Yeah, poor Tyler has had a number of blood clots already.
Right.
Oh,
That's not funny.
that's not funny.
Oh. You gotta live for us, Tyler.
Birth control
You're
pills
on that
have
too?
more of a chance of blood clots than these
Yeah.
vaccines do so far.
Yeah, so it's really
You don't see
ridiculous.
articles about that, yeah.
Nobody should be afraid of even taking the Johnson & Johnson when it comes back, which I think it will within a week or so, they're expecting, but it
Yeah,
hasn't
they're
happened
just making sure.
The irony is all these people are complaining. They're like, I'm not taking this vaccine. I don't know what's in it. As they eat like cheese balls and
Yeah.
Yeah,
drink
not to mention
malt
like
liquor.
as if you would want the COVID in you. Like, oh, the COVID's fine. I don't mind. There's a significant chance of death, but still, I don't mind.
My dad has been, as usual, incredibly outspoken about that sort of thing.
Oh boy.
He drinks a case of beer a day and smokes a pack of cigarettes a day, but no, by God, I'm not putting that COVID vaccine in my body.
Yeah, no, anti-vaxxers and intellectualism, unfortunately, don't go hand in hand. Quite the
And
opposite.
Mississippi and intellectualism.
Well, yes, there are some states with worse education systems than others.
Texas.
Well, we're lucky. I mean, Texas's education system is far above states like Mississippi and Kentucky, but still not where it should be.
I read something earlier today that terrified me.
Church.
I don't know if it's 100% true because I didn't look into it, but according to an article on Crack, so that's why I'm not 100% sure that
I just drove into a
commission
church.
of 15 people in Texas is responsible for choosing the textbooks that are used by public schools throughout the entire country. And if that's
Basically
true,
the
then
entire country.
God help us all.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, because Texas is such a big market, it controls the market on textbooks, and that is bad because unfortunately we do have some racist people at the top of the state government who don't want you to learn about black people or gay people and that kind of thing, so like it does mess up it can mess up history and science teaching to a small extent, especially history though, not so much science. I really don't. I hate that I don't know where I'm supposed to be going. What does he say?
I think that's part of the problem.
Use the bulldozer for the work.
But was that a bulldozer job where I just was? Because, I mean, like, there are many intellectual parts of the state, and it produces intellectual people like me, not just dummies. But again, we don't control the government. That's the problem. It's the people at the very top.
It's like Houston,
And I still
Austin,
crush the
and
hopes of flat
a
earthers.
desolate wasteland. Yeah, that's part of the problem is the pride in the state that everybody is instilled with from birth. It seems like the majority of people that I encountered were nothing like you and T, but they're just like so prideful about their state that anybody that has any different ideas is automatically wrong because by God, Texas is the greatest.
There are people like that, but
It's too many. Like everybody in Arlington.
That's too bad. But remember, I mean, you did live in the ghetto. So where am I
I
supposed to go?
lived in a city of almost 300,000 people.
But a ghetto part of it, though, there's
The whole
bound to
city
be-
is the exact same way as the area that I live.
Tyler, do you live in a... I forget it. Do you live in a big city or a small town? Tyler. Oh no,
Was I on mute again?
it's the blood clot thing. He developed a blood clot and just
Yeah,
dropped dead
see?
right in the middle of the
See?
stream. No! The anti-vaxxers were right.
I live in
Or
a suburb
or
of Salt
people.
Lake.
A suburb? Yeah, but
Yeah,
Tyler,
so, I mean,
you know the experience, right? Like, there's parts where people are smart, there's parts where people are dumb, whatever.
yeah, there's very distinct areas of the city.
I'm aware of that. That's how it functions in other states where I've lived.
Yeah.
But in Texas, it's just in Arlington, the entire 40s or 60 square mile, whatever the hell it is, surface area of 395,477 people during the last census. That tends to be just the way it is throughout the entire city.
Can anyone tell exactly where I'm supposed to go? Because the fact that, I mean, we're wasting a lot of time just not doing anything right now. And I like the music, but I don't really want to waste time.
We're talking about how terrible parts of Texas are. So
There aren't any question marks.
Well, let's see. Well, there
There's
is
no-
one kind of over there. The question marks are just tutorials. They don't.
They're not
goals.
missions.
Yeah,
Gotcha. I think they're missions.
that would be nice. I got a bulldozer now, but again, I have to find some kind of job to do before I can.
Go bulldoze that porta potty.
Somebody's got to do it.
That's right.
By God, there you go. No, here's a sign. Maybe I can do a job here. Let's find out. Guarded
can't find a
parking
bulldozer
can earn some
job.
cash.
There might be a job you can do by hand.
Excuse me, Matt. I believe I requested the hand job.
I believe I requested.
I didn't say what.
Yeah,
You
you
went
should
in a
have said it
different
first, Tyler, but
Yeah, that's a funny joke from Wayne's World.
love it. Always. Yeah, so I would need 2,000 to do. You probably keep doing multiple jobs. I don't know where to go to. Like, I don't even know where I was. Like, what do I do? Help.
Just look at the map.
Look, it's just a bunch of circles and meaningless symbols. None of it means anything. Can I zoom in? Yes, you can set waypoints. Right stick can zoom in and out, apparently. Yeah, but you can barely... No, there we go. You have to click it in while you're moving it. All right. Bulldozer, 1 out of 6. Machine shop? No, I don't want... Excavator wheeled? What is that? I don't know what any of this means. Player position. Look, see, here's the map. Can anyone interpret anything from this? Jobs is the 4th tab. Okay, let's try that.
Gas station toilets.
Oh, yeah, that sounds good. Show on map. Okay, thank you for discovering that. We're going to remove some toilets.
Yeah,
I was
that's
just looking it up
that's
for
what
you.
you're gonna do at the gas station toilets.
Do you want to set the waypoint of this position?
Can we
Next,
just
you'll set
blow them up?
waypoints for some
Because
truck
that's kind of
stops.
cool. It's flying
I
toilets!
don't like what you're implying, Tyler.
If there's a Taco Bell across the street from there, they're probably already.
For the gas station toilets.
seems like
they'll be
part of
coming.
the street
They'll be
is
coming around
pretty
here
cool.
every weekend.
It's our
Can you
favorite
clip the
hangout
part
spot.
about Paul making gay jokes and retweet that?
Here you go. Oh, no. Why am I handing that to you? Anyway, can I have that drink from the fridge? The one you mentioned? We'll try to drink that. Anyway, I stuck half a Coke in the fridge last night. We'll see if it's any good or not. Look, reward 1,500. This is a dirty job. Yes, finally, we found a job, guys. Thank you,
Tech
Shitsu. You're a
guy.
lifesaver.
Congratulations, tech guy.
Yeah, Tech Guy. By the way, Tech Guy, will you please check and make sure if you're currently a subscriber? Because I remember last week you subscribed, but when I downloaded the subscriber list today, it did not show you as a subscriber, and I was just wondering, like, why that happened. What's happening? And I'm sure it's just Twitch being glitchy, but just in case.
Don't give a satisfactory answer within 5 minutes. Paul's going to use that hammer in very unsavory way.
That's true. Swing that hammer. That reminds me of Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog. Have you seen that, Matt?
Yeah, that was something I rented from Netflix back when I was still getting Blu-ray discs.
Yeah, back when you rented stuff from Netflix.
Back in the day. Yeah,
NPH.
I want to buy it digitally, but Amazon sells it digitally for $20, and that's the only way to get it digitally. And it's like $20. It's
costly.
Yeah, it's 40 minutes long. Like, I want to spend $20 on it. So I don't like that about. Oh, look, there's a rubber ducky by this toilet. That's great. See, this is a good game. Oh, you can pick it up. What can I do with it? Put
wash
it in
it?
the toilet? No, it's going in the toilet.
Lick it.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't have picked it up in the first place.
Oh, look at that poor little rubber ducky. You're the one.
All of a sudden, this is a horror game.
I know this sounds a bit like a threat. I guess I'll put it in this box here.
Aww.
Poor little rubber ducky. It's delightful. That should be an achievement.
I'm
finding a
with
rubber
you,
ducky.
Agent Chunky.
Anyway, what's this thing? Radiator. Deliver radiators to the container. Okay. Why are there just radiators sitting in a bathroom, I wonder?
To heat it.
To
Yeah,
chain
but-
people to them and keep them prisoner in a saw.
Probably,
Okay, this
yeah.
isn't Saul.
It could be, though.
When everybody
the
says
right
I
attitude.
seen something, I have to correct them that it's Saw, right?
I think
You know,
they-
Yeah.
Don't you hate that? I seen that the other day. You know, like every time they say that, they sound like the racist crows from Dumbo. You know, that's what I hear in my head. They're like, I be done seen everything. You know, it's like,
I never saw an elephant fly.
it's such basic English. I don't understand how so many people get that wrong. By the way, everybody in the audience, don't do that, obviously.
Congrats, Deadpool.
Okay, where's the rest of the... Yay, Deadpool! By the way, hey, Asian Chunky. Wait, what did you want me to smash, Asian Chunky? The radiators?
No, it was the
Knocked it over.
rubber ducky.
Oh, no, we don't smash rubber duckies around here. Yeah, no time for games. Have you seen the original animated Dumbo? It has these crows and they're sort of black caricatures. And it's not actually mean-spirited, you know? It's like the crows are not supposed to be bad guys or anything like that. but they talk in a way that is inherently sort of, picking on or making fun of black people or whatever. Like nobody doesn't know what they represent. But
so far in this stream, you've excused your past gay jokes and said that the
And the
racist
Dumbo
crows
crows.
aren't that bad.
No.
This one's going on YouTube.
No, I'm just saying they're not especially mean-spirited, like it's not like there's meaner kinds of characters that they could have had.
He said it was Disney blackface for kids.
Yeah, you're right. It's like that. Yeah, so I'm not excusing them at all, and that's what I'm saying. Like when people say "I seen," it just always reminds me of that. So I always have to try to correct them.
Oh no. My former neighbor just tried to call me in the middle of the street. Hopefully it didn't come across on Discord.
No.
No.
I have all sounds off on my phone, aside from obviously being able to hear you guys.
Ah. By the way, when I was a kid, I really loved Dumbo. My grandmother liked it, and we often watched it. Okay, there's another set of wires I need to find, but where is it?
I'm assuming that
Creepy?
you hate the live-action remake.
I didn't even bother to watch it because it doesn't look good at all. Like
I watched it, and it was very mediocre. It wasn't terrible.
Was that one by Tim Burton?
Yes.
Yeah. Michael Keaton was great in it, but everything else was just bland and mediocre. The 3D effects were sufficient. I know you don't really care about that.
Right.
I can't believe I haven't watched it. Oh, it was in the corner of that one.
This one?
I thought. No, maybe not.
Yeah, I thought it was right in the
saw it.
corner of that one too.
This one or that one?
No, the other
Wait.
one.
That's not wires.
Not that one.
The other one? Okay, we'll go look. Thank you for helping, by the way.
Well, no, I just saw a flash of yellow, I thought.
See, this one's already been gotten, and that one was in the corner.
That one's already been gotten.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's the one I thought it was.
Before you get it, it looks straight.
Oh.
Hasn't it been gotten? Maybe it had. I mean, it just didn't fall over right? Is that what's going on here? I definitely can't click on it. Oh, okay.
It's all very
Game's
confusing to me.
a little confusing. I mean, the game's being... Oh, there it is. It's in the corner of the other one. How'd I miss that?
Oh, you can just
There we
use
go.
Batman Vision or whatever.
Yeah, I like that. And you can't spam it. You have to... It takes a little while to be able to be used again, like 2 seconds or something. But anyway.
Easy mode.
Okay.
Instead of detective vision, it's like constructive or destructive vision. I don't know.
Yeah, Batman Arkham Asylum is such a great game, but what I hate about it is you have to view the whole game, and basically 90% of the time you're using your Batman vision, and it messes up the colors, so you only see the skewed colors most of the time, and it makes the game uglier than it should be.
You don't have to use Detective Vision.
But you would if you're trying to get everything, which is the whole point of the game. So now what? Oh, demolish bathroom tiles and demolish bathroom armature, whatever that is. Does that mean sinks? It does, yes. We're taking down this bathroom, guys.
I watched Boardwalk Empire for a while.
Oh, I've never seen it.
It's boring. I don't like it.
Is it racist?
Well, it's set in like the 40s.
Yeah, it's something kind of.
Yeah, I mean, the show isn't inherently racist by depicting racism, because
Right.
that may be historically accurate.
But I mean, it's more of a kind of mobster type. I don't know.
Maybe you can
Steve
break
Buscemi
mirrors.
plays like a serious role for once, so I just kind of checked it out to see that.
He was also in The Usual Suspects, so
Yeah.
it's not like he's...
264 more bathroom tiles for the
Yes.
He was in Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Not The Usual Suspects, Reservoir Dogs. I mix those two up.
I was
There's
like,
Quentin
what? That was kind of
Tarantino's best movie, Reservoir Dogs.
Ugh.
I like Pulp Fiction too.
Pulp
I like
Fiction's
Pulp
also
Fiction
excellent.
better.
He makes lots of great movies, and I'm not going to argue against Pulp Fiction, but I just prefer Reservoir Dogs. They're both like top tier.
Pulp Fiction's more fun. Reservoir Dogs is just depressing.
It is
Reservoir
yeah,
Dogs
yeah.
is a little shorter. Pulp Fiction's long.
Oh, so that's kind of a plus for Reservoir Dogs, I guess. But yeah, like, there's some movies where the tone of it is just so sad or shocking or whatever that it's difficult to watch, even though it's really well made.
Yeah, I
I
don't think
know
Reservoir Dogs was that depressing.
Really? Because they
Paul
really
standards
torture
for that
they
are-
really torture that poor cop, and it's brutal.
Yeah, they do.
Paul quit watching The Walking Dead because it was too bleak. So Reservoir Dogs never stood a chance.
Actually, I quit watching The Walking Dead because it just wasn't very enjoyable. I did like the first season though.
You said you quit watching some show because it was too bleak, and I thought it was that, but I guess
maybe.
Wrong.
No, I might have said it. It's been so many years since I watched it, so I may not remember. But
I know, especially when we've discussed Superman, like on stream and in Discord and all that, like you generally anything that's not like, oh, everything's happy sunshines and rainbows for Superman and his pals, and you're like, oh no, this is against everything the character stands for.
Well, you know, Superman, the character, does stand for certain things, so getting him horribly wrong is not delightful. But it doesn't mean that I don't like anything that's unhappy.
There's plenty of different versions of Superman, and
some versions are much worse than others.
So you're just complaining that it's not based on the specific version of the comic that you like?
No, everybody knows what Superman is, just like with Captain America.
Yes, exactly my point that I was about to make. Steve Rogers and Superman
are aspirational characters.
They're bland and boring for the most part, and the
you're so wrong.
The most interesting Superman has been on film was in Man of Steel.
Oh man, does it hurt to be that wrong?
Oh.
Just calling out Dumbo. Newer shows. No Time for Games. It's a little bit different. Like the use of, I don't know. I'm not. I'm more of an amateur film critic, so I'm not the expert on how things should be depicted in film.
I have seen that, and I've actually really liked that show.
What?
As
Songs
a
of
kid.
the South?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen it since I was real little.
Because my grandmother always read us the Tales of Brer Rabbit, and I loved it. I mean,
I liked Brer Rabbit too. I do remember liking that. Yeah, and yeah, that nowadays is frowned upon.
Paul, since you mentioned Captain America, I'm not trying to discuss any spoilers on here because the new episode just came out.
Yeah, I haven't watched the series at all.
Oh, okay. Well, it's excellent, and
everyone says so. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be over the summer. We don't watch a lot of movies during the week because we get home so late and we have so little time. Watching a movie takes up the whole time, and then it's bedtime. So we just don't watch a lot.
45 to 50 minutes for an episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier, and every time I'm streaming, you're like, oh, I just finished watching 14 seasons of Kamen Rider or 2060.
We haven't even gotten through one.
Watch some French anime show.
There's like 19.
Yeah, no, we did watch. Lupin is not anime; it's live action.
Dude, Lupin was amazing.
Yeah, there's Lupin the Third is the anime.
Okay.
But
the one that we saw.
Yeah, the regular Lupin is.
Well, you should. Tyler, I actually meant to ask you to watch the trailer for it before the stream, but oh well.
Was it 6 episodes right now?
No, there's only 5 episodes right now. They released only half a season,
so
sort of like
good.
what Amazon did with the Tick back in the day.
Oh my god, I wanted to just binge it.
Bring out the other half of the season and like, oh, we're canceling it, so enjoy this.
Yeah, that was so lame when Amazon did that. But I hope Netflix won't do that.
Because that was easily the best, and hopefully you don't disagree with me on this one, the best live action version of The Tick by far.
Well, I mean, I like both a lot, but yeah, it was a fantastic show. Hey, Tom, good to see you. Tom said he was really busy today. Otherwise, we would have had him on mic too. But yeah, the Tick was...
with that fake spoiler.
Is it Lupin?
What was my point? But there's only 5 episodes out of Lupin, so it's not hard to finish compared to mini shows because
there's only 5 episodes of Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Nice. No, but Matt, I guess you weren't around when we said it, but Brandy and I are not watching the Disney Marvel shows until we work our way through all the movies. And we're up to Age of Ultron. Like, we need to watch Age of Ultron, which is kind of hard to do because I don't like Age of Ultron very much, and Tyler doesn't either.
I mean, I think we had a discussion recently where I mentioned that it's on the lower end of the spectrum for MCU movies, but there's no like really bad MCU movies.
Yeah,
I think you said your least favorite was Thor: The Dark World, right?
No. Iron Man 2 is my least favorite, followed by Age of Ultron, then Thor: The Dark World. But yeah, so we're going through the movies because Brandy has only seen some of them. She hasn't seen them all. And but like I said, we just don't actually have a lot of dedicated time in movies in one day. Like we may watch an hour or an hour and a half of shows in a night, but a Marvel show, that's 2.5 hours, so it's a big time commitment. A Marvel movie, sorry. Okay, where's the rest of the... Oh, weird. You have to break these little things on the, whatever those are. It actually, when you highlight them, they look like something for adult ladies, but that's not important.
I can't unsee that.
For real.
Who said it doesn't have to just be for ladies, Paul?
That's true. Yeah,
That's what freaking...
If I say it looks like something for adults, then that doesn't conjure as specific an image.
It looks like a katana from Saints Row.
Ah, well, there you go. Okay, I got a call. As they say, dog can never eat a bear. If anyone said that to me, I would slap them.
Dog can never eat a bear.
Like, take that back, mister. You should look for a
just
job.
stumbles upon
You
a
should
dead bear.
look for a job that suits you more. Ballerina, perhaps.
Jeez. Oh, it's my old boss. Why is he even calling you? I thought we... He's just
Get to
calling...
work off.
Probably.
Wait. His real name is Ivan Get to Work
Get to work off.
Get to work
Get to
off.
work off?
Yes.
Yeah, we addressed it earlier before you were around.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's silly.
Oh, so that's the base of the toilets.
Yeah. That's
You
what
gotta
it is.
fully destroy that toilet.
I know, it's kind of... Come
You
on.
gotta make
That's
sure
a little
make sure to
bit
get rid of the
overly
roots so
picky
that
or
a new toilet doesn't grow in its place.
Apparently.
Demolish sewers
All the way down to the
down.
roots.
That's how you do it, guys.
You'll run into
When are we gonna get to the
Teenage
part where Paul has to
Mutant
lay
Ninja
some
Turtle.
pipe? We all know he's experienced in that.
Okay, I don't even know what that means.
Lay some pipe.
Yeah, I do.
This is a construction game, Paul. Clearly,
Maybe.
it's a construction.
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't.
I don't know. I can only speak from my own intent. When
Dude, it was still glowing green and he walked away.
Well, because I couldn't hit it. So go. There's a little bit extra on things, so sometimes you can go break something else. Look, see, like getting those very. See, I'm done, even though there's a few pieces left, so that's fine. Icky, don't say that.
Then you might be able to hit it.
Icky's trying to spoil Captain America stuff for us. Okay.
No,
okay.
it was
I think he reacted.
perfect
Yeah,
zero.
he's-
Oh. Yay, we
he just
completed another
reacted to
job.
Perfect Heroes thing, like. Yeah, it's not an actual. That's not a real spoiler, so nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now
next
we know
week you
he
should
lives,
play
so
a ballerina
thanks,
game.
bruh. No, I'm joking.
If there was, I like playing unusual kinds of games, so if there was, I totally would.
There
Yay,
is.
we got another achievement.
I forget
So
what
we're
it's
totally
called.
caught
Really?
up.
Wow.
But I
Bound,
mean,
I think.
what?
Destroyed them.
If that
Oh.
actually happened in the show, like every single thing on the news feed on Facebook, if you happen to follow
Yeah.
any
Yeah,
pop
they'd
culture,
be
would have been
spoiling
like,
it.
"This is what happened."
And
doing the-
I own Bound, Tyler. I haven't actually played much of it. I just messed with it when I got it.
Oh, I think
What
that has VR capabilities on PS4. That's
It's
the
a
only reason
gorgeous
I'm aware of
game.
the game.
What's that, Darling?
Wasn't it a PS Plus game at some point? I believe that's how I got it.
But I don't remember.
Yeah, I just
know-
bought it when it came out or on sale. I forget. Anyway,
I
that's
know I
great
didn't
jobs.
buy it, but I have it.
I agree with you. So there.
Show on map. Now we set waypoints. Yes. Okay. Now let's.
Confirming something isn't. Well, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
no.
better than letting somebody think the show has been ruined for them.
Shitsu, you've been hanging out with Royal Bob too much. Royal Bob
I mean-
considers everything a spoiler.
Would you rather go on thinking, "Hey, I've had the show spoiled for me"?
I
That was my
remember.
line of thinking.
Yeah, no, you're right. I totally agree with you. Human Brian, I think it was. It's like I mentioned that a certain character, Kat Dennings, that she appears in something, a certain Marvel thing, and
Oh,
he
but
said
the
that
one
was
that
a
you said you
spoiler.
haven't watched yet.
Yeah, but I read an article that she was cast in it, so I knew it, and then I mentioned that, and they're like, "That's a spoiler," and it's like, "Oh, just because I read the news about a show." Anyway, yeah, we can use this
Kat
old saloon
Dennings
as a
is-
tourist attraction.
Kat
A
Dennings
babe.
is a wonderful, wonderful lady.
What else is she in? Because obviously she's very cute and kind of funny. I
Thor.
mean,
She was
But
in Two
besides
Broke
Thor.
Girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously you know the MCU
Two
stuff.
Broke
Two Broke
Girls
Girls.
was a TV show.
Two Broke Girls is her
Mhm.
big TV. Yeah.
where is Casey? Jordan, wouldn't you know best? I thought you two were married. Some demolition sites require dust control. I didn't really think they were married. He's already corrected me. What are you sharing, Tyler?
A video about spoilers.
Dust control. Oh, is it good? Pick up the hose and use alternative
All I have
fire
to say is I am so not the typical. Somebody can tell me all about. Somebody could sit down and tell me the entire
she just doesn't
movie,
care.
and I would still watch it and have fun with it. I just
stop people once they've given me too much information, or I can see they're about to. I'm like, that's okay. I know enough, because I like to go in blind. What was she in?
She was in that movie Nick and Nora's Ultimate Playlist with Michael Cera, which is like one of the few movies where Michael Cera.
Oh, she's in 40-Year-Old Virgin. She's the daughter.
She was the daughter of the woman that Steve Carell's character got involved with, right?
Yeah.
40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in lots of random stuff. She's good.
I see.
I like her.
Huh.
She's on. She's in Big Mouth. She does a voice in Big Mouth.
God, that show is so bad.
I like it. It took me a while, but I like it.
And yet, you still haven't watched BoJack Horseman, have you, you punk?
Nope. BoJack Horseman looks depressing.
It is depressing, but
be,
it's so funny though when it's not being sad.
Big
I only
Mouth
watched the
was
first
funnier.
2 seasons of it, so I have a lot to catch up on.
I watched the first, I think 4, I forget. But Brandy and I need to go through all of it someday. But that's a lot of episodes. So good though. So I wish it wasn't as depressing, because you do need some energy to go through more than like 1 or 2 episodes.
That's why I did Big Mouth.
I see.
You got Mr. Peanut Butter to.
Tyler's like, I didn't want to be depressed. I just wanted to be horny, so I watched Big Mouth.
That's right.
Okay,
I didn't even know what Big Mouth was. One of my
People in Utah are so forcibly repressed that they have to let out their sexual deviancy somehow.
That's right.
He's
So,
like, I actually
one
have
of
my
my
own sex demon here at
students-
home.
That's
And
another.
all
Oh,
of them
Tyler
is
H.
my hero.
Tyler H. The H stands for horny. There you go.
Oh, okay. We don't actually say that, but yes.
My
It's a given.
Well, I thought it stood for whatever you wanted it to stand for at the time.
Oh no, it's always stood for that.
one of my students at school actually suggested that I watch Big Mouth, and it wasn't this year. I think it was last year. And I seriously walked in the next day. I was like, "Yeah, I cannot get those brain cells back." I was like, it was bad.
I'm sure it's quite funny, isn't it, Tyler? I mean,
I think it's funny. They dial down the crassness a little bit after the first couple episodes.
Yeah, it was very crass.
The
And
first two
just-
are very.
It's like, to me, it seemed like just full of fart jokes.
Is there a lot of
Well, I
fart
mean,
jokes? That is
it's-
the worst kind of
it's
joke.
Maturation jokes more than fart jokes to me.
What's happening? What is my
You're out of
hose doing? Look, it's like the game's bugging out. It like thrust me backwards. That was weird.
Quote
Okay,
from
we're just
Paul,
gonna leave-
Fart jokes, the
Physics.
worst kind of jokes. Unlike my gay joke.
Physics.
Yeah, forget about that. Okay, am I crouched? I think I'm crouched because I'm walking really
You're
slowly.
crouched.
Yeah, how do I... Oh, there's a flashlight. Okay, what do I put to stop crouching? 'Cause
Wait.
I'm just stuck at this low height. Help! Okay, let's check the controls. How do I get to them? I should save my game too. It may not auto-save. But, I wish somebody knew how to do this. One of you guys who won this, if you already installed it, tell me how to uncrouch. Navigation.
If we get into all this stuff that Paul does on Facebook, it's contradictory.
Sprint with left stick. Oh, you're so wrong. I don't think the controls... Flashlight. Special navigation. No. Oh, B button. All right. I could swear that I pushed B before that, but anyway. Okay. So do you think that does...
Why did you have to soak the place?
Well, it says that some demolition jobs need dust control, so you wash them before you break them.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, I could only... Oh, could I have walked around with the hose? I was just, like, squirting in place.
If you're walking around with the hose, you run the risk of somebody spotting you, and then things can go downhill.
I can walk around with it, so I guess I'm supposed to go inside and squirt the rest of it.
Of course the water's free, Icky. We'll never run out of water.
Yeah,
This world
never,
is
ever,
nice.
ever.
Just use all that you need.
I'm just going to go in here and spurt out all this water.
You really should go to the toilet for that.
Oh, that's...
Yeah.
Goodness. Well, where are your heads, guys? Jeez. Anyway,
But do I have to stick your nose in it?
a Frank Lloyd Wright chair. There you go. The C.
Hey, Paul really knows how to handle the hose. You should play a fireman simulator game. There's one on the Switch online service.
I actually wouldn't mind. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, we streamed a PlayStation Vita firefighting game one time. Tyler,
Oh,
what
that was
game
cool. Flame
Yeah.
over.
You remember back in
Flame Over, man.
back when arcades were still a common or more common thing anyway. Like probably 20 years ago, there was an actual arcade cabinet. There was a firefighting game that had like a hose or multiple hose controllers.
Right.
Oh, really?
That sounds
I
like
don't
fun.
remember. I mean, I seem to remember a firefighter game, but I don't remember it having hoses. But maybe it did, and I never noticed.
There was a Sega Saturn
Maybe I
game.
was remembering. Burning Rangers, is that what you're
Yeah,
gonna say?
Burning Rangers, exactly. And there's a mission, like a tribute urgent quest to it right now in Phantasy Star Online 2. Although I haven't actually done it, so I can't say how it's a tribute to it. But I read that. But yeah, Burning Rangers was apparently a really cool game, and it does have a memorable lyrical theme song that still gets used sometimes in different things.
Am I allowed to share links in the Twitch chat?
Yeah, as long as they're safe for work.
Oh yeah, it's just I looked up the arcade game that I was talking about.
Oh, cool. So what was it called? Brave
Brave
Firefighters.
Deluxe.
Interesting.
I like that.
Deluxe.
I guess there's
The game, it was like a police academy training or whatever. You did all the different mini games with shooting things. That's the one I always played in the arcade.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that. It sounds fun though.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, for some reason, I just told Darker
Recognize
Buyer,
that
my students
cabinet.
are obsessed. They want to make water. Because they were like, is there any way we can make water? And I said, yes, you take hydrogen gas and oxygen gas and you set electricity through it. You just
Yikes.
can't blow things up.
Yeah. I don't
And
know if
they're
that's-
like, what? And they like really want to make water. And I keep telling them hydrogen blows up.
Yeah.
And somebody said something. And of course I was just like, just go ask the Hindenburg. And they were all
true.
just
Haven't-
like,
You haven't taught these teenagers how to split the atom yet? Is that what you're telling me?
no.
I'm sad that they haven't made
I haven't.
safe, safe public blimps that you can ride on. Like just because of that one accident, it changed, changed the course of the technological development.
You just want to live in a police state like Gotham City from
Yeah, well,
to
that is what makes me think of it. But they're cool. I wish they would. Emergency contracts. What's that?
The
Uh-oh.
episode of Arthur and the Blimp is pretty funny.
Arthur and the Blimp?
Arthur,
Are they like the little
Archer.
aardvark?
Archer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That
Archer.
episode is hilarious. Archer's so concerned about it blowing up.
Yeah. Yeah, like he knocks the cigarette lighters and things out of their hands, and it's not even like a flammable gas or whatever. Yeah.
Yes, I love that. And they keep telling him and he just won't get it.
Yeah.
Have any of you watched the last 2 seasons of Archer? Because I watched that one where they were on like the tropical island, and it was so bad that I just kind of stopped watching.
It was
That's
the
That's kind of where I stopped too. I think was some sort of island thing. It was like a multi-parter where they were on an island or something.
Danger Island. Yeah, they did the thing where Archer was in a coma for a while, so it was like multiple seasons of fantasy stuff, and then I think Danger Island. They did Archer Vice, and then Danger Island, and then this next one after that, they went to space.
Oh.
But I didn't see the space one.
There's an emergency contract somewhere? How do I know if it's an emergency contract? What if I look at the job? So it'll be marked?
If
Archer's
a
on.
high-pitched Japanese girl shouts "emergency,"
Yes. Yeah, no, I don't know what the emergency is. There's kind of a flickering going
Zoom your
on the
out,
map.
maybe.
Where... Oh, yeah, okay, I'll try that. Oops. Yeah, the controls for the map are not so good. There's... Yeah, I don't see what it could be. Good luck, everybody.
Is that
Hey,
as far
Xeno
out as
Johnny.
it zooms?
Yeah, it was. But it's fine. I'm in the middle of this job, right? So why would I even need to? Can I turn that off? Oh, it made the hose go back to... It's still spraying, though. I don't think you can stop it from spraying. Break the windows. Let's break some windows, yeah. I'm all about that. I accidentally broke a neighbor's window with a slingshot once. I still feel bad about it when I think about it.
Pay for it.
I didn't. I
Were you
should
wor-
have. Should have.
Were you dressed like Bart Simpson at the time?
Yeah.
I was just a dumb kid. Probably a 6th grader or 7th grader. I
Oh,
forget.
you did it on purpose.
No, it was an accident.
Oh,
But I
then-
should not have shot it anywhere near, you know?
Okay, so that's what I was wondering because we were playing softball in the front yard and I hit a ball into my parents' bedroom window. So
Oh, wow. That probably wasn't
Thanks.
a fun night.
hey,
Yeah,
no,
broke a
I
neighbor's
didn't.
window like that
My
too.
dad threw the ball. Okay, my dad threw the ball. I hit it. It just happened to go
so-
through their window,
yeah,
so I
so-
didn't get in any trouble.
Yeah, I guess he couldn't blame you
wow.
since he's the one who threw it.
Paul, turn off the stream and turn on FX. They're showing Thor the Dark World, followed immediately by Thor the Dark World.
Wow. That's weird. Well, I own it. I mean,
On FX. No, you need to take the chair.
Yeah.
I own every single Marvel movie on Blu-ray as far as I know, so... Oops.
Me
Throw
too,
away the
except
chairs.
replace Blu-ray with. Well, I guess I own the 3D and the regular Blu-rays because it comes with both. Everything past Iron Man 2 was in 3.
I have everything on 4K except for the very first Avengers movie because annoyingly it's super rare and expensive.
Oh,
Or the
wow,
steelbook of it is. That's what's super rare and expensive, the steelbook of it, and I only
See,
want the
it says
steelbooks.
just using a bulldozer.
I
Where?
won the Steam code by default.
Hey, way to go.
Default.
Okay, let's bulldoze it. Demolish fence too. Alright, come
I
on,
didn't realize
bulldozer.
There was a Steam code last time, so.
Ah,
Yes.
alright, where are you, bulldozer baby?
Hey, it's a
You
sign
think you
for
would enjoy
Paul.
this, Matt?
Well, I'm honestly not 100% sure what is going on half the time, but it looks interesting. I like
It's-
the idea of being able to smash things.
Yeah, I'm driving through a building with a bulldozer right now. That's pretty cool. How many games like
Remember
do
the
that?
last core?
When you use the vehicle,
Last
yeah, oh,
course.
that's
I always wanted to play that. I never
That's
have.
Jono.
Even though I have rare
Thank you,
replay.
Tyler. That's exactly what I was about to say. I was like, it reminds me of, and then you just said it.
What was it?
Blast Core for N64.
It's awesome. It's a great game. It's a rare game as well. Is it on the? Yeah, it's on the.
It's on Rare Replay.
collection.
Yeah, so I could play it. I
Oh,
just
what?
never have.
It is on Rare Replay?
Yeah. Rare Replay is great. Whenever it goes on sale for half off, everybody who has an Xbox should get it because it's got both Banjo-Kazooie games, Battletoads, all kinds of interesting
Well, if you have
stuff.
Game Pass, it's on there, right?
Is it? I don't know.
Because
Could
I
be.
I got it on disc when it first came out because it was like $30 for 30 games. I'm all in. But I have it digitally it's either Games with Gold or Game Pass. So
It could have been a Games with Gold title at some point. I'm not sure.
They're
I
probably-
love this Tron music that's playing.
Jono is doing his acceptance speech for winning.
Yay, Jono! You're always a winner in my book, buddy.
And he has a cow. Sounds about right.
Ooh. So I've got to now I can actually break a fence. You can't do it with a truck, but you can do it with a bulldozer. Although I'm only seeing the fence poles. I'm not sure the actual fence is being drawn in, but I'll drive through those poles. I don't mind. Whatever it takes, as Batman would say.
I think that's the most obvious yes answer to any question.
Yeah, come on, Darker Player.
Yeah,
of course we
it-
will.
Yeah.
The question is, will I get a free copy to stream or will I have to buy it? That's the only thing that's up
My
in the
question
air.
is, will they incorporate online play so that I can actually enjoy playing with other people because nobody does local co-op?
People do local co-op. You just need friends who like games.
I have friends that like games, but
Well,
I don't know. It's just it's local co-op. It's either people aren't interested or there's not enough controllers or a combination thereof.
But, I mean, you do, if you care about local co-op, you do need to have multiple controllers, of course.
Well, I'm
But like
good on
last-
that now.
We
So
have
it's okay, it's fine.
18,000 here. Would you
Yeah,
like
no-
some?
Since they're forwards compatible now, that's nice.
It's wonderful how
That's done.
everything from the Xbox One works with Xbox Series X except for
Yes.
the headset.
Yeah, that's a
Except
shame
for
about the headset.
Like the wireless or the wired model works with it, and the wireless one that I have would work with Xbox One by, plugging in to the headphone jack, but that doesn't work. And I confirmed on the website that for whatever reason, the SteelSeries Arctis One wireless is It works for PS5 and for everything else, just not the Series X.
How lame. Yay, we completed another task. This game is actually costs including dust cleaning. Apparently I didn't quite clean enough of the dust, so I lost 43
man, you
bucks.
sprayed that thing down for like an hour.
I know, I must have missed a few little cracks.
Oh.
Goodness
Bob
gracious.
Near
Jones
the
makes a
end.
really good.
I just noticed near the end, so maybe you needed to stop and
Oh.
make it wet again, and then.
Maybe. What does he say, by the way?
He makes an excellent point about Steam group play being a thing.
That is a cool feature of Steam. Yeah, and by the way, that Turtles game, hopefully it's only a timed Switch exclusive, because obviously there's enough interest that they could release it on PlayStation and Xbox as well. So
I'd rather-
we'll see.
I'm pretty sure that I know how much you espouse the virtues of Switch, and I like mine too. But I think it would be a lot better to, if it's going to be an online game, I'd rather play it on PlayStation or Xbox.
Yeah, definitely.
And achievements or trophies, preferably, would be great.
Yes, agreed. I love. It's cool that this has a nice electronic station. I love it. A synth station, synthwave. So Tyler, what have we been playing tonight?
We have been playing Demolish Build.
Yes, and this game is. What platforms is it on? Do you remember?
Xbox, everything but PlayStation.
That's right. Xbox, Switch, and Steam. Sadly, no PlayStation version. Is there an equivalent game on PlayStation, do you think, Tyler?
I don't know.
It could be. Who knows, right?
Maybe.
But again, this is a game that obviously lacks polish, just like with Farm Simulator. It's like you have to know that when you go in with it. But the activities are quite enjoyable, in my opinion. Just like you would imagine they would be, like hammering things and bulldozing things, perhaps spraying a hose all over everything. Tyler's always talking about how much he loves spraying on things. I don't know what he means, though. But yeah, so it is a fun game. It's only $20.
That's not bad.
So that's really not bad at all. Nice. I'm glad you liked it, Shitsu.
Yeah, I think the farming games are always 50, aren't they? Farming
Yeah.
simulator ones.
You're right. Probably because they've got the brand name going for them. So yeah, for $20 you can't go wrong. By the Steam version, by the way, is called Demolish Build 2018. Just to be clear, that is the newest one for Steam. So I guess they don't actually update it yearly, but yeah, it's a lot of fun, and so we're glad that we got to stream it, and we hope we get to stream more games from this publisher, Ultimate Games, because I know they've got a really cool-looking adventure game coming out next week. It's called Bad Dream Coma. Yeah, Bad Dream: Coma is the title.
Coma?
I mean, there's a colon in
Oh,
there.
I was like, whoa!
Yeah, no, so anyway, that game looks quite good and not especially indie. It just looks like your average cool adventure game. So that'll be fun. So, Tyler and Matt, thank you both for co-hosting tonight.
Yep.
Thanks for having me. Hopefully you'll go up tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I'll be happy to. Brandy Bill, thanks for helping out and being awesome as always.
Always.
Icky, thanks for running the contest like a boss.
Yes.
Thanks to
Thank
all
you,
of you
Icky.
guys. Yes, Icky's
Thank
the
you,
best.
Icky, for being here because, yeah.
Keeps the stream going. Oh yeah, Brandy ran it last week. It was a lot of trouble. Thanks to all you guys. We love hanging out with you every week. And you're very welcome, BX Latino. We love you. We'll see you next week. And remember, don't hate. Appreciate.
See you guys.
Bye.
That ought to hold those little SOBs.
Paul shake.
So, of course, we want to say goodnight to Deadpool, The Sea, Thyrenia, Sir Khalid, Jono, BX Latino Heat, Shitsu on You, No Time for
Bob
Games, Bob Jones, Darker Player, Oblivion was here. Yeah, they were both here tonight. Perfect Zero, of course. He is the Perfect Zero.
Tech guy.
Yeah, Jordan was here, Tech
Human
Guy.
Brian.
Who else? There must have been somebody else.
Human Brian.
Jesus
Bad
Ninja.
Yeah, Human Brian. I think Human Brian already left. Spazpole, very good choice. Jesus Ninja, of course. Can't forget that guy.